Last week we made our battery system safer. This week we're shifting gears. I definitely failed to finish the repair on the Fantastic fan, and if I can't fix that, we're probably gonna have to buy a new one. But I'm confident I've got a solution. There's some other repairs we need to do as well. Here's one. From leaning on this, I broke the support. I don't know what to say. It'll be an easy fix and we'll get to it later. Actually, as I think about it, I may as well take care of this little repair right now. I actually bought two of these to replace this one. They were $5 basically at Woodland Airstream Supply, and I think well worth having a spare in case I lose track of the other one. But if you're familiar with our channel, you know this is a salvage trailer, and this front compartment is where it had water for the longest period of time. And so it doesn't surprise me that this rusty little bit of cable has failed on us, and I'm happy to replace it. It's just one of those things that we knew we were gonna have to do, but hadn't gotten around to yet. One end has a screw, one end has a 1/8 rivet. The only real challenge I've had here is I've had to prop the door on some foam so it doesn't go down quite as far as gravity takes it. That's exactly how it should be and how it was before, minus the rest. That's one repair down. Got a bunch of little repairs I have to make today. I really wanted to find the time to fix the sailfish. It's been caught on my pants and bags and things by the door, and he's coming out of our screen. But ultimately, I'm not exactly sure how, and it's just something I don't have time to work on right now. So I think the safest thing for us to do is to take him out and just put this back on so that I don't damage the screen. That's what I'm most worried about. And we'll figure out how to get this back in at a later date if possible. I don't know. If you have any ideas, reach out, let us know in the comments. Not gonna lie, this is kind of painful to even consider, but he's at this point only attached by upper and lower jaw. I need to rethink my approach here. Come around to the idea that maybe the best way to do this is actually to drill it. So I've got a tiny drill bit here and we're gonna see what happens. This is not easy. Not easy at all. Very hard to stay centered on it. I'm worried if I spring punch it, I will actually dent it and warp it more. Put them somewhere safe. I think I just have to carefully file all the little attachment points so that we don't wind up getting somebody cut. Well, it's a solution for now. Maybe we'll come back and revisit and try to get him put in here in a more permanent way. But for right now, he's out, and I'm gonna put this back so that I don't knock out the screen. Operation reinstallation.
Oh, I like what's that. Oh.
What?
It doesn't have the sailfish.
I took him out. Maybe someday we'll put him back, but right now, most worried about the screen.
That screw didn't go in, did you see?
I did.
Okay.
I have to come back. I didn't find the exact screws from this. That one has a little bit of caulking in it. It's reused, but it's not rusty.
I guess something is better than nothing.
I think this is what we've got for now, and we won't damage the screen.
Yes.
And I've tried to make sure that I don't have any Sharps. I've used the file real quick.
I guess we could always buy another one, but they're not cheap.
They are not cheap, no. Not the specific
Tommy Bahama one.
special.
We could get the cowboy hat one from the...
Do they sell that without you providing the VIN from your own 4.6's trailer?
I don't know.
All right. Now he's just a silhouette. I think the most crucial repair that I need to do next is the sink drain. The sink drain's actually coming apart, and a couple reasons why I want to fix it. I'll show you. Shout out this week. Thank you very much to Nisha and Jason for using the Buy Me a Coffee link. That's awesome. Very much appreciate you guys watching. And also Gary and Dee Dee who use the YouTube super thanks. All you guys, thank you very much. Thanks for watching. We've been in Texas for about a year now, and one of the issues we have is that this sink drain has come apart. To descale it, we've been vinegar soaking, and I think it has corroded the drain itself. So I've got to take this apart now and see if I can replace it. We got this from Woodland Airstream for about 20 bucks. OEM replacement. I've got to loosen the drain, so I'm just going to move some stuff over here so I don't get it all damaged. That's an outtake. Let me just turn off the clippers.
We don't do outtakes.
This is real life. Gotta turn off my clippers.
Still on the countertop, buddy.
I suppose. I should just be able to slide the tailpiece down a little bit. Famous last words. I want to just loosen this, and then there's a nut up on the bottom, so let me get pliers for that. There's a nut up here at the base of the sink, and that's the only thing left holding this on. I have the nut left on here with about 2 threads to go, and I'm going to try to use the leverage to lift it out of place. Yep, there it is.
Since you're in here, that looks dim. Like when you put this one on, see how much brighter it is?
Interesting.
Something is, look.
Yeah, that's the
propane side of the water heater. Look how much, there might be something wrong with that switch. We better have you look at it while you're in here.
That's weird. There's only one LED in there. I don't know how it got dimmer. Huh, interesting. I've almost got the drain out of here. Let's just finish this up. The new one comes with a fresh rubber seal and a lock ring, but you'll need to supply your own plumber's putty, which goes on the bottom flange and then against the sink surface. I've seated this here with plumber's putty, trying to keep it as centered as possible. I'm going to come in and put the lock ring on it.
It's awful dark in there. I don't know what they'll be able to see.
This is my biggest wrench, and it doesn't open quite big enough, so I'm going to use the channel locks instead. Last step for me is to take a little razor knife and trim around the drain set the excess plumber's putty little fin that comes off. And I'm just going to try to do that neatly now. We still have to come to terms with the hard water stains in the sink, but we've solved the drain issue for today. Got it stoppered up, and I'm looking for signs of leakage, and I don't see any. Looks good. I'm gonna go see what's up next. Well, it's happened again. We've had the shower sweep fail. It's been about a year, but I'm gonna fix it again. The bottom of this door should have the little sweep edge, and it has essentially come right off. I've got to take the door slightly apart, so let me show you how that works. If I remember correctly, I'm going to loosen this screw right here, and I should be able to tug the frame slightly apart and pull out the old piece of sweep and put in the new one. It takes just a minute to tug the frame backwards here, and then you should be able to get this to start to come out enough to pull it. And I'll get this one straight, lined up, and started to slide back in. It takes just a minute to get it lined up. And the last thing I'll need to do is cut off the excess. I'm going to tighten that screw just a little bit so I can bring it into the door frame to see where it lands. You can see how much extra we've got here. I'm going to cut it off with, I think, scissors, because I'm going to leave the sweet part a little longer than the part that goes in the channel. Double checking the screw, and all right, I think I've got a perfect fit now. I wish it would last a little longer than a year, but we full time, we shower a lot. We don't use the bathhouse, so here we are. Now I've got a little bit of a water leak to tackle, and I think this is going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. This is frustrating. It's more of an O-ring than a flat washer up here in the pressure relief or backflow preventer is what it is, and it just keeps leaking like this. I really don't want to waste all this water, but I can't. I'm leery of tightening it too much. Anyway, it keeps blowing up in my face every time I depressurize it because it's doing the backflow preventer thing. Still not better. I've changed out what looked like more of an O-ring for a flat washer in the blow off here. Didn't seem to solve it. Every time I touch this thing I get soaked, and it's still leaking. So I'm not excited about having solved the problem here by making it leak a few percent less. I don't know. I think it's time to towel off and get started on my fan switch repair. I've been dreading it a bit all day, but I'm going to jump into it now. I tried to replace the fan speed switch up here, and I ran into a difficult situation where I couldn't get the new switch to actually give me variable speed. So I'm going to revisit now. I replaced the switch, but I left it working no better than before. High speed only. I've got it exposed. Let me show you what we're working with here. Open and close motor, rain and temperature sensor, fan speed switch, fuse, on-off switch, additional on-off switch. So on the back side, this is the switch I replaced up here, and it should give me variable speeds and use less power to do it. But it was only giving me full speed, and I think I may have it wired incorrectly. I'm going to look at that now. I only need to connect 4 wires here, 2 positive, 2 negative, and I should have variable speeds, but I don't. So I'm going to check this out now and figure out what's not working. I wired this according to the little marks on the board. It actually says power plus and minus, motor plus and minus, 4 wires on the board. I just went and looked at the listing for where I bought it, and if I'm reading correctly, it's labeled the opposite over there. So I'm thinking about reversing all 4 wires on this and seeing if I get the control from that switch that I need. Actually, disregard. I was not reading that correctly. I was starting to grasp at straws because I could not figure out what was going wrong. I've never seen this little LED light up, and I've double checked my work. I've checked the traces on the board, and I think it's right. It just doesn't light up. There's a little fuse on the board, and that's okay. The positive news is the fan still works. Bad news is I think this little switch isn't working, or rather it's not turning up and down fan speed. It's just 100%. When I look at with the meter, the other side of the switch, I've got 12 volt power going to that motor regardless of whether you turn down the knob to off or back up to high. I've looked at the reviews. Apparently occasionally they're bad, occasionally they don't work. So I don't feel bad about setting that one in. Maybe we get another one and we try again. I don't think I've zapped it. I don't think I've damaged it. I've checked my work. I've checked the wiring diagrams. I just think I got a bad one. a shame I can't finish this today, but we'll have to stitch it back up like it is. This is a fail once again. I'm optimistic that I can get a new switch and solve it next week. However, I would really like to give Shauna back the functionality of this fan, and I think it's possible to fix. I really don't want to have to buy a new one. Just gonna have to try again. But that's how it is with DIY stuff. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and we'll see you again next week. Fan's closing down, and that's it for this week.